Why would the greatest scorer in NBA history risk his legacy on a franchise that hasn't tasted a championship in 43 years? For almost nothing. A 41-year-old, that's not a decline, guys. That's a decision. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why LeBron James just made the boldest bet on his entire career. Welcome to People of the World series, right here on the Halak Show. Today, we are breaking down the most legendary and the most misunderstood decision of LeBron James' entire career. Before the 4 rings, before the $1 billion Nike deal, before King James, there was a kid in Akron, Ohio, who didn't even have a stable place to sleep. His mom, Gloria, had him when she was just 16 years old. His dad was never in the picture. And between kindergarten and 4th grade, they moved 6 or 7 times a year, bouncing between apartments, sometimes crashing with relatives, sometimes not knowing what came next. In 4th grade alone, LeBron missed 83 days of school. But here is the moment that actually built the man you see today. As a freshman, LeBron went to his coach's house. The coach told him to grab a snack from the pantry. And LeBron, dead serious, didn't know what a pantry was. Where he grew up, whatever food you had sat on top of the fridge. That's it. That was the system. And in that moment, a goal was born. Not a mansion, not a Lamborghini. LeBron James has said his real dream was simple. Give his mom a pantry, a real one, a real home. Remember that, because everything, the shoe deals, the $1 billion empire, even this crazy decision to sign with Philadelphia traces back to a kid who just wanted stability. 2003, Cleveland Cavaliers picked LeBron James first overall, straight out of high school, after he'd already scored 2,667 points and won 3 state titles at St. Vincent St. Mary. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 17, labeled the chosen one, before he would play a single NBA minute. And here's the part that people forget. Before he ever suited up for the Cavs, Nike handed him a 7-year, $9 million deal. Reebok actually offered more, around $90 million plus $10 million bonus on top. LeBron's camp said no. The bet's on Nike. They bet on Nike's long-term vision instead. And what did he do with that first big check? He didn't buy jewelry. He bought his mom a $2.1 million property, tore down the old house and built her real home. The kid who didn't know what a pantry was just built his mother a mansion with one. That's not a flex, that's a promise kept. Fast forward, 2 championships in Miami, a miracle comeback from down 3-1 in Cleveland, breaking a 52-year curse, a title in the Lakers bubble in 2020, 4 rings, 4 final MVPs with 3 different franchises, something no other player in the history has ever done. But while he was doing this on the court, he was building an empire off it. A lifetime Nike deal reportedly worth $1 billion. A production company, Spring Hill, valued at over $700 million. A stake in Fenway Sports Group, which owns Liverpool FC, the Boston Red Sox, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Early money in Blaze Pizza, a tequila brand, investments in Lyft, Tonel, and more. In 2020, Forbes made him official. LeBron James becomes the first active NBA player in the history to reach billionaire status. By 2026, that number sits at roughly $1.4 billion, while he was still lacing up his sneakers every single minute. Most athletes plan for life after basketball. LeBron built his empire during it. And on the court, opponents weren't just losing to him, they were scared of him. Back in 2013, Pacers guard George Hill was asked point blank, is there anyone in the world more dangerous than LeBron James with the game on the line? His answer became legendary. There is only one scarier person than that, and that's God. That's not fan talking. That's not a commentator talking. That's the man who guards him, saying the only thing scarier than LeBron James is God. So here is where it gets crazy. After the 2025-2026 season, LeBron's Lakers got knocked out in the second round. He's 41 years old. He's already the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Over 43,000 points. All-time in playoff points. All-time in game played. All-time in minutes. The only player ever with 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists. He said publicly he thought he was done. He seriously was considering walking away. Then, on July 24, 2026, he posts on X 4 words that broke the internet. This is my last decision. And the team he chose, not a super team, not a guaranteed contender, the Philadelphia 76ers, a franchise that hasn't won title since 1983. 43 years of heartbreak. The contract? 2 years. $80 million total. Let that sink in. Last season on the Lakers, he made $52.6 million. He just took a pay cut of over 80% and 41 years old to chase a ring with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey on a roster that isn't even guaranteed to work. Why? In his own words, I still want to sacrifice. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win. This is a man with 4 rings, $1 billion+ and legacy that's already cemented in stone. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need fame. He needed one more climb. And out of every mountain left to climb in the NBA, he chose the hardest one on the board. If he pulls this off, a 5th ring, a 4th different franchise, a 42-year-old, it's not just a great story, it becomes one of the single greatest underdog chapters in the history of American sports. From not knowing what a pantry was, to owning a piece of Liverpool FC and Boston Red Sox, to walking into Philadelphia at 41 and calling it as the last decision, that's not just career, guys. That's a legend writing his own final chapter on his own terms. So here's my question to you. Drop in the comments, does LeBron pull off the impossible one more time? Or does the 43-year curse finally catch up to the king? If this hit you in a way it hit me while researching it, like this video, share it with a fellow hooper, and subscribe to the Halak Show so you never miss an episode of People of the World. And here's the real question. Comment down below which legendary person from anywhere in the world you want us to cover next. Athletes, icons, legends. You tell us, we will build the next episode. See you in the next one. This is the Halak Show and I'm your host Halak, signing off. Peace.